This is Talkin Rock. Talkin Rock. Your backstage pass to some of your favorite rock artists. Here's your host, Meltdown.
We're going to talk with Joe and Jake from Autumn Kings coming up here in a bit. They made a return visit to the studio as they're going to be part of our Riff Fest on September 20th at Pine Knob if you're anywhere in the area of Southeast Michigan. That comes up every single year we do Riff Fest. I'm Meltdown. Thanks so much for checking out Talkin Rock. Yeah, we weren't here last week. Short week. Not a lot going on, but this week we're cranking things back up again with Mike Krompass and Billy Sheehan, the legend Billy Sheehan, as they formed this band called The Fell. And they've got a couple of songs out so far, Killswitch and one called Face Out, with their record dropping later on in October, their EP, and then their record dropping in 2026. We talked to Billy and Mike about many things, including the band. How does one get Billy Sheehan to join their band? Mike answers that question. Mike, by the way, was from Smash Mouth. So, yeah, he's got a studio in Toronto. Looks really cool. You can watch these videos as well at WRIF.com and on YouTube and whatnot. But right before we got on, Billy kind of told me that, yeah, he's worked on the latest album, the latest effort from Peter Criss from Kiss. He said he'd never met him before. Nice to see you guys. Billy, you just talked about, before we started here, playing on Peter Criss's record coming up. Today's the 50th anniversary of Kiss Alive.
Yes. Peter contacted me out of nowhere. I've never met him before, and he asked me to play bass, and I said, of course. And it was pretty cool. So it's coming out pretty soon. What a wonderful guy to work with. He was just great. His engineer was fantastic, and I'm good friends with Ray Luzier from Korn. We work a lot together, and so we were working on a track on Peter's record, and he didn't know who it was, but he walked into the room and just heard it and heard the drums and goes, is that Peter Criss? So it's such an identifiable style, certainly to another drummer. So I thought it was noteworthy that he just heard a snippet of it and he knew it was Peter Criss right away. It's pretty cool.
Now, did you connect with Ray through your time in Nashville?
No, I knew him in L.A. long ago. Yeah. We've been friends for a long time. He played on my two of my solo records, and we've done 1 million records and sessions together. So, wonderful guy. Initially I tried to talk him out of moving to Nashville. Then I ate my words, and I can't.
Hey, Mike, where are you at?
I'm in Toronto.
Oh,
Toronto.
I was in Nashville, but I'm a traitor. I moved back to Canada.
I got you. Yeah. See, speaking of Toronto, my friends from Coney Hatch are re-releasing their first record.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great band.
I love Coney Hatch. As Billy knows, growing up in Buffalo, it's like we heard a little bit of that bleeding over the border.
Yeah, Monkey Bars.
Yeah, Monkey Bars. That's right. Yeah.
Andy, what's Andy's last name?
Andy Kern.
Yeah. Great guy. Great band.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He sends me hockey memes every now and then. So Mike, how do you hook up with a guy like Billy Sheehan, a legend like him?
You reluctantly send a Facebook message and say, hey, man, you want to come and do a session?
That's it, huh? They're set easy.
Yeah, we were Facebook friends, and I was tired of I was producing a lot of pop records at the time, and I was coming out of a band that I was playing with called Smash Mouth. And I just wanted to do something where my heart lays, and something that's rock and organic and more soulful and what I am as a player. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start putting these songs together of things that, I don't care if it gets radio. I don't care if it does anything. It's just for what I want to do. And I'm like, if I'm going to do this, who's going to be my dream team? So naturally, it's like Billy Sheehan has to play bass. So I send a Facebook message and I go, hey, Billy, can I hire you for a session? You want to come over to the studio? And, what do you charge? So he just says, look, I'm just going to grab my bass and I'm going to come over and I'll see you tomorrow, whatever. And then he got to the studio and I played him a bit of the first track. And I didn't get through the whole track. I remember I didn't get, and it was like, 30 seconds in, and he's like, hey, stop it for, whatever. So I stop it. I'm like, oh shit, he hates it. It's like, maybe he hates this. And he's like, so what are you doing with this? What do you want to do with it? And I said, I don't know. I could pay you to play on the session, or but I want to put a band together with this. And it's like, okay, let's start a band. And then like, I know this great singer, Toby, who's amazing, and let's do something. So here we are, like almost 10 years later now, that it's actually coming to life.
Wait, this has been 10 years in the making. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's a weird story because we started off with a bang. We put out a single called Footprints. We went to Poland and shot this crazy video, put out a single and a video, and it got overwhelming response on the first day. And then our singer, unfortunately, had some other commitments that his management at the time wouldn't allow him to proceed with it. So we had to pull it and scramble and got a guy in to do some dates. And then we kind of parked it. And last year we were like, okay, let's do this. Let's make it go. We're all, Billy's schedule is a lot different now. He's not out hardcore touring with 5 million bands at once. It's only about 1 million. So we're like, hey, well, let's clear the schedule. We'll make time. We'll all make time. So all of us have a million different projects, but we want to prioritize this and let it see the light of day. And I think it's really great. So it's nice for me that it's finally coming to light.
Yeah, the first single, Killswitch, is out, and Face Out comes out in a couple months here. Billy, do a lot of people DM you on Facebook and ask you to plan stuff?
Yeah. Well, during the pandemic, it worked out well because people just from all over the world were writing to me to play bass. We ended up doing about 600 tracks.
Wow.
Based on 600, and the entire map of genre and style, from absolute beginners with a little drum machine to pro major guys and stuff like that. So that was the Facebook has been brought this band about. So it's been a blessing in many ways. Very cool.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about this on the way into work today, growing up in Buffalo myself. What would the young kid that was playing in Talus think of the career that you've had?
Wow, I never really thought about, some kind of a mass, huge. I mean, I wanted to be successful in some capacity, but I almost more wanted to be a player. I wanted to, satisfy myself and say, do things that I set out to accomplish as a player, and then the rest kind of came along, dragging along behind it as far as success goes. I think that's a good thing to do because I really wasn't looking for money or fame at all, but I just wanted to be be the best player I could be. And I think that's why eventually there was some success. Because I think if you concentrate just on success and money and fame, I don't think you go anywhere. You really got to concentrate on the product you're doing, on the thing you're doing, and be the best you can be at it. And then nature will take its course. Not everybody. So I am very grateful for the breaks I got from many, many people and all the help I got. But I never thought it would be like that. I remember we the first couple times I came back to Buffalo in like headliner bands and, played places where I played where I saw Jimi Hendrix play and it was pretty amazing, pretty cool thing. And I'm very grateful.
I think the first time I ever saw you play, if I remember correctly, was with David Lee Roth at Darien Lake.
No, that wasn't me. I think he did a tour after me.
Okay.
And it's funny because Matt Bissonette doesn't look anything like me or play anything like me.
Well, I was just a kid. I can't recall.
Great guy and a great player. And Greg Bissonette's brother. And Greg is they're both brothers are fine human beings. I just love them very much. But I had a lot of people say that. Yeah, I saw you on the Skyscraper tour. I go, that wasn't me.
So did you play the odd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that.
All right. I might.
So.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah. Hey, so Mike, tell me about the rest of this record and tell me what it's like to work with a guy like Billy Sheehan.
Go easy on me, Mike.
It's easy. I mean, a lot of the times you have to give a lot of direction in the studio, but he just comes in and plays. It's just like he just knows what to play, and he's been doing it so long, and he's so great that it's just a piece of cake. It's done. Mm-hmm. The album. So actually, the single comes out this Friday. The next single, Face Out, tomorrow. And then the EP is going to come out in October, and then we'll have a full length come out in the new year. But Yeah, making the record was super fun. It's great to work with Billy because he gets it. He knows exactly what to play, when to play it, and his tone is incredible, and it brings everything to life. Like the track jumps out, the right bass part, the right tone, and he's got this really great mid-range distortion with but there's a ton of bottom end, and I love that. It like fills out the space. You don't have to do 200 guitar tracks.
Yeah.
Cool. Even though I try to sneak them in there sometimes, but no, it doesn't need it.
Turn the bass up a little bit. No,
Yeah, no, it's. I have to.
Yeah.
You have to ride the faders.
But I hear Mike's mixes, and I just love them. We have a little thing with all 5 of those songs, and I listened to them again the other night. Even on my iPhone, it sounded really great. I'm really pleased with it, and that's a tough thing to find, a good mixer like that. I'm pleased that the guy in our band can mix the songs. We had to go to somebody else. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So are you guys going to take this out on the road next year or what?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm not sure when and how, but that's the plan. I live to play live, and I play live to live, and playing live in this band is going to be a riot because Toby's just a spectacular front man and a great voice and wonderful guy. Mike live, of course, has had as much experience as anybody, and he handles himself on stage and sounds great. And so I'm excited about playing it live. So we're not sure, either. And I don't care where or how, where we play, whether it's little things or medium things or very large things. But as long as we're playing, we don't really need a lot because we got a guitar, bass, drums, lead singer, and we don't need anything else, really. We don't need any tracks or any kind of, we go up on a stage with a bass amp, a guitar amp, and a set of drums and do a show. So I think that allows us to play almost anywhere.
Now that I screwed up where I may have seen Billy first, Mike, maybe I saw you on the U2 Europa tour.
I did play on a U2. I did open for U2 with Nelly Furtado once. I did.
There we go.
But that was the Elevation tour.
Okay, maybe all right. I'm just.
Where they had the big heart stage that came out. It was ridiculous. It was so cool. But yeah,
that's awesome.
To play that tour.
And speaking of playing live, Bumblefoot's my buddy Billy, and you just came back from Indonesia. Tell me about that gig.
Well, that was wild. I ended up playing only about 5 or 6 songs. So the flight there, Nashville, Denver, Tokyo, Jakarta, and the flight back, Jakarta, Tokyo, Chicago, Nashville. My head is still spinning from jet lag. But it was great. There's a band called Dewa 19. It's a Indonesian band. They're huge there. So we played this big 60,000 seat place with this huge screens and lighting. And Bumblefoot is just a spectacular player. He's just so great and a wonderful guy. I worked with him on several things. And I'm glad he was there. Steve Vai joined us as well. That was really cool. Derek Sherinian. Who else was with us? Eric Martin from Mr. Big and Dino. I forgot his last name. Who was this? The guy who was with Whitesnake with David Coverdale to kind of back him up in his vocals when he was having trouble. Great singer.
Jeselnik?
Yes. Great guy, amazing singer.
So Bumblefoot wanted me to ask you, when was the last time you played on stage with Steve Vai?
Oh, man, it's been quite a while. But we did For the Love of God, which is one of the songs we did live when I was touring with him. As a matter of fact, this was the bass I was using. It was just chrome plated, and the chrome has since worn off. But I remember just by chance today, I picked this one up. And but we had a riot on tour. With Steve's band with Tony McAlpine and Virgil Donati on drums, and then Jeremy Colston. And we were a merry band of pranksters on that tour. We had a blast. So it was good to play with him again.
Yeah, it's awesome. He sent me some footage from that show. My God. I mean, it's like you go from those big stadiums now with the Fell. You might play, theaters or something?
Or a little, who knows, Starbucks could be it.
We're going to play for every weekend.
Boys. No, I've done every kind of gig from the smallest to very large. And sometimes the smaller gigs actually are better because you're close to people. People are, right up front, and on some of the big gigs, I remember I did an opener for the Stones in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome, and the closest person was so far away you couldn't recognize their face. And my eyes are pretty good, but it was just like 40 yards from the front of the stage was the first row. So we're at the Baked Potato in L.A. I had to put my beer on one of the audience's table. Can I put my beer? It's okay, while we play. So,
yeah, the Potato. That's the place where Nick Menza played his last gig. Is that right? Is that the name of the place?
I believe so.
Yeah, if my memory serves. Yeah.
And I didn't know, but he was Don Menza's son.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Brilliant horn player.
So, Billy, you got your bass there. I saw the other day on Jimmy Fallon, the guys from Spinal Tap, all of their basses out doing big bottoms. Are you looking forward to seeing that?
Yeah, it should be pretty good. Well, the first time I saw Spinal Tap, I had just come home from a tour with UFO in Europe. And it was catastrophic to a large degree. So I remember sitting in the theater and looking at it and going, this isn't funny. I just lived there. So it wasn't until a few years later that I saw it that, okay, I get it now. Because I went through all that and more. So it was pretty funny.
So were you playing with UFO or were you opening up? You're playing with them?
Yeah, I replaced Pete Way for a European tour.
Oh,
and, it's pretty cool. Got to play Doctor and some great UFO tunes, but they're kind of the end and kind of falling apart a little bit, and so things were going haywire. And it was, but man, I got some stories.
Was this after Talus and before Diamond Dave? I
was still in Talus.
Okay.
And I went and took a break for a month. Went did this tour, came back, and we continued on, and then that was that.
Yeah, Mike, you looking forward to seeing this Spinal Tap after 40 years or what?
Oh yeah. I remember seeing them at Molson Park, like I must have been 15 years old or something. Molson Park in Toronto, outside of Toronto, and thinking, wow, what a great band! But how many of their drummers have died? Never auditioned for that band.
I love when they're describing jazz music. It's kind of like, mistakes. It's a music built on fear. They're afraid to play hard. It's hilarious.
Hey, Billy, one more thing here for you. Jessie Galante, I texted her saying, give me a question. And she gave me something interesting. I don't know if I've ever asked anyone this before. She goes, ask him if he remembers the first song you played live in front of a crowd and how it made you feel.
Live in front of what?
A crowd. Oh,
well, I never really, it never really hit me because I started off in tiny little clubs and gradually worked my way up. So it wasn't like some big shock. And usually on big shows, the people are far away. So it's like you're up there by yourself sometimes looking around. And so I never had a huge, there's never any fear about it or anything or apprehension, but we're going to do a Christmas show in Buffalo, December 13th. It'll be our 10th year. And we got a huge horn section and backup singers, a lot of great songs and a lot of incredible guests. And it's going to be a blast, December 13th at Babeland, which is the Annie DeFranco's initially owned. It was an old church they converted into studios and a live performance venue. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, every year you can do that. It's a little bit before I can get back, but one of these years I get back there and check it out.
Mike, you should come and maybe play.
Yeah, it's around the corner from here, pretty much.
Yeah, right down the street.
Right down the 401.
Yeah. Mike, what kind of Canadian rockers do you hang out with up there?
Oh man, kind of Canadian rockers.
Stuff.
All of them. So I have a label too. So our band's coming out on our label, and on our label I have a band that's been around for a while called Honeymoon Suite, which is a known Canadian act. Kim Mitchell is one of my favorite Canadian artists. I don't really hang out with Rush. Everyone thinks you're Canadian, you must hang out with Rush, but no, I wish I would hang with Geddy. Lots of stuff. I'm producing tons of Canadian artists, so I'm always seeing those guys come through the studio, and we distribute a lot of that stuff too through our Sony deal. So there's a long list of musicians and people that are always through the studio or coming through the label.
Yeah, like I was talking about on the radio the other day, it's cool to see Triumph get this honor for the Songwriters Award. It would be really cool if it was 1995. I don't know what took them so long to give Triumph an award.
I know that they are like the definition of Canadian rock.
Yeah, right. So, well, listen, I'll let you guys fly. The single is out, Killswitch, Face Out, like you said, comes out tomorrow on September 12th, and the EP in October. And you said the full length comes out in 2026?
Yeah, we're not sure of the date with that yet, but I'm thinking probably January, February. Might push it to March, depending on, we want to see how this thing's taking off too. And
I got you. All right, well, Mike, great to see you. Billy, good to see you as well. Thanks so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Up next, Joe and Jake were nice enough to swing by the studio. Speaking of Canadians, by the way, they're Canadian, although Jake now lives here in the States. But yeah, Autumn Kings is the name of their band. They talk about this amazing European tour they went on. They've got some new music coming up, but they're a little vague on details as far as that's concerned. Just telling us about everything that's going on in the world as far as Autumn Kings is concerned. Once again, you can watch this video as well on YouTube and WRIF.com. Let's get it rolling right now on Talkin Rock. Hey guys, once again, Meltdown here with Jake and Joe from the Autumn Kings. They're going to be in town doing a Riff Fest on September 20th. Thanks for coming back to the studio, guys.
Thank you for having us.
First, Jake, we got to talk about that hat. Now, show that hat off. Look at that thing.
Let's go.
OG.
Look,
OG.
Look, classic riff hat from back in the day. We've tried to figure it out either late 80s or early 90s, but tell us where you got that from.
Yeah, we got it from Joe's brother, Justin, owns a shop in Windsor just across the pond here called
Bosun's.
Bosun's. And I don't know where did he cop this?
They thrift and they go crazy. I don't even know where he found that, but they go all over the place from Windsor to Toronto, and they found it. They're like, you got to bring this. I'm like, absolutely.
And what's the name of the place again?
Bosun's.
Bosun's.
Yeah, BOSUNS.
All right, so they got more cool swag like that.
Ton of stuff like that, yeah. So Jake's going to wear that for Riff Fest, I think.
Yes,
oh, okay.
You're wearing it. It must happen. I know you're not wearing hats. You're not a hat guy.
I don't wear hats.
So I will represent the OG Riff. Man, that's crazy. Like 35, 40 years, Riff's been just doing it.
Killing it.
Well, actually, 53.
Is it 53 now?
Yeah.
Holy
We got to find that shirt that you said you have a similar logo.
I do have that. Yeah, I got it at home somewhere. I got to dig it out. But yeah.
So sick.
That's crazy.
Mike Clark gave me that shirt with the... and someone just said that's supposedly Ted Nugent. Yeah,
Makes sense.
A silhouette of Ted. So
That's
insane.
it. Yeah,
Interesting.
Motor City Madman.
yeah, I'll have to ask him about that. So what's going on with you guys?
Man, everything. We just finished a great 2.5 week tour across the U.S. with Nonpoint.
Yeah, Nonpoint. Yeah.
Upon a Burning
super
Body,
cool dudes. They took us under their wing, and Upon a Burning Body too, very heavy band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now gearing up for the almighty Riff Fest coming up, and then touring with Hinder and Hollywood Undead, doing a few headlines all across America. So it's ramping up to be a pretty crazy fall.
And since I talked to you guys last, you went over to Europe, correct?
Yes, we went to Europe.
Yeah, how was
Last
that?
time we were here?
I think we talked the week before we left.
Yeah.
for Europe.
That's great.
Dude,
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah, it really was. It was a different level there, actually, especially when you got to Eastern Europe. I mean, when we went to Warsaw, we had people cross the border from Ukraine and Belarus to see us play. And there's like a different, they wear it on their sleeve, rock, and they do here in America too, but it was visceral. Wouldn't you say it felt like a deep, visceral
100.
reaction?
There were people that followed us throughout the whole tour from day one to the last show. It was insane. We'd never seen anything like that, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a real aura, like in their eyes, the perception of when an American band comes to play Europe. It means a lot to them.
Well, they couldn't believe it. They're like, we've been waiting years for you guys to get here. We're like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty insane. So we're already counting down the days till we can get back to Europe and play.
Now, I remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, no, they love rock there the way that we love country and rap in the U.S. and in Canada. The rock is still very much at the forefront for them.
Well, I think what happens here, like I remember talking to Zoltan from Five Finger, and he grew up. And they'd have to drive 2 or 3 hours to see a rock show, but they didn't come around very often. So when they came around, you went and saw them.
Yes.
And here, it's like, if you miss them here at, Pine Knob, they might play,
They'll come around, right?
somewhere else, right?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
right.
And so, but yeah, the rock fans are big over there in Europe.
Oh my gosh, so big over there. Yeah, so it's great. So, I mean, on our hit list right now, it's Europe and America, just nonstop.
Yeah, and how long was that tour?
That was about a 3-week tour.
3.5.
Yeah, we did 8 countries. We went Switzerland, France,
Wow.
Poland,
Czech Republic,
Germany,
Austria, Poland, Germany, 7 cities in Germany.
Now, did you take your parents?
No, my parents actually
met up.
They actually met up with
That's
us.
right.
My
Yeah.
dad was so stoked. Paris is his favorite place on earth. You get my dad on a Paris run, he'll just tell you everything.
Man, I love Paris. Well, I've only seen the Eiffel Tower in Vegas, but I can just imagine Paris is just like it.
Very similar. Very similar.
It's insane. Yeah, they followed us around, and we've got just a great support system, which helps make this crazy life a little bit more smooth and balanced.
And my brother met with us in Czech Republic and Prague.
in Prague, yeah.
Found that hat. Yeah.
The family crossing the seas. Yeah. It's
That's
that immigrant
awesome.
upbringing. Yeah.
Wow, what a great trip, man. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Oh, 10 out of 10. And we ended up going we went to South Korea and Japan and Singapore
Since
along the
we've
way
seen
too.
you too, yeah.
Wow.
In May and June, we played for the U.S. military.
Awesome.
Over there, yeah. And it was awesome just to play for the Americans that are overseas, just doing so much to keep us safe at home. And they see things that, we take for granted and we don't even know about. And, they don't have the day-to-day amenities that we have over here. So for us to get to play for them over there, it means so much to them too. Kind of like with the European fans.
Exactly.
They love it. And then we've gotten to see so much of the world this year too, like Singapore. Who gets to go to Singapore? We
Yeah,
get to
I
go
never
there.
have, that's for sure.
It was crazy.
It
Yeah,
was
so
awesome.
so who did you play with for the military? Was it just you guys? Just
Yeah,
us?
it was headlined.
Oh,
We
cool.
headlined everywhere. Yeah, Japan, South Korea. Did I miss any? Japan,
No,
South
Singapore.
Korea, and Singapore.
That was it.
Yeah, so we got
That's
to
insane.
got to fly overseas. A lot of jet lag this year.
I bet.
Yeah, a lot of long flights.
A lot of long flights.
Well, I've said it before. You get paid to travel, you play for free,
Oh, okay. That's it.
right?
But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No.
Like, it's a crazy thing, even just telling people you're in a rock band. What do? You meet people at a coffee shop or at a bar or wherever. I play in a rock band. It just feels so surreal and
they're
funny.
like- yeah.
to
They're still like,
say.
you play local? I'm like, no. I was in Japan.
Only if it's riff. Only if it's riff.
Oh, it's Riff
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah, it's funny because I just met a guy the other day, and he's like, "What do you do for a living?" And I've been on the radio for 35 years, and they find it really intriguing. And he was an accountant, so it's like he just wanted to talk about what I did.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, right,
That's
right.
right.
And it sort of makes you feel uncomfortable because, you're on radio and everyone hears Meltdown, but you just think of it as day-to-day
Yeah, it's your
part of
life.
what you do.
Well, it is interesting. It is fun, and I get to do things other people don't get to do. So it's like, I think people are interested in it. It's fun. It is what you make of it, of course.
Yeah, 100%. And we love it. And next year we're planning to put out the new record.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So go ahead. You open it up.
Oh,
for
yeah,
us.
yeah,
Look what
absolutely.
you did, man.
So a couple of the singles have been out already. Sleeping I'm Dead, Hellbound, and
And thanks for
Tongue-Tied.
name dropping me, by the way.
Yeah. Headed for a meltdown, baby.
That's right, headed for a meltdown. Anyways, I digress. But
No, it's true. Shout out Meltdown.
I had to think about that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, the record's going to be out next year. I want to tease the name so badly.
I don't know if we're allowed.
if we're in a
but
position to
We'll
do
come
that.
back when we're allowed.
Okay, we'll come back when we're allowed.
can you say when?
It's going to be early 2026, most
Okay.
likely. Yeah, probably February, March at some point.
It's done in the can.
done in the can. Done in the can.
Are you
Yep.
guys playing anything off it that, or not yet?
We'll be playing the singles that are already out. So we'll
Right.
be playing Sleep, Hellbound,
Yeah.
Snake Charmer.
and Snake Charmer.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be playing those three. And Hellbound is obviously back at radio doing a lot of work right now.
Yeah.
Too. The
Yeah,
future.
there'll probably be one more radio single before the record comes out.
And how many songs are on the record?
It'll be 11 songs on the record.
Okay,
Yeah.
full-blown record.
Full-blown record. Yeah, full-blown record of original stuff. And already the impatient musician in us is like, okay, let's get started on the
let's go
next
to the next
record.
one. Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't written enough yet. It's never ending in the brain. It's funny, once you get to playing live on a record that's out, let's say you play the day the record comes out, your mind is like already a year graduated from
Yeah.
that because you've had those ideas incubating for so long. You've been marinating, kind of making them come to life. You're already focused on what's coming next. But obviously we have the mental discipline to, understand that fans haven't heard
Yeah,
those
take a
songs
step
yet,
back
and
for sure.
take the time, even if it's 2-3 years. Shinedown, when they do world tours, it's like 3 years on the same music.
Right.
And so maybe to them it feels like they've been doing it for so long, but to all these people they're playing for, it's the first time
Yep.
they get to experience it live at least. So yeah,
That's great.
It's
So
a
you-
never
so you-
ending.
Yeah, you say you got 11 songs. So how many maybe fell through the cracks, or do you have kind of in the
Oh
back
my
burner?
gosh.
Well,
For this record, quite a few.
yeah, it's really interesting because different artists have different ways of approaching building a record, and some will write 100 songs and then whittle it down to 25 and then whittle it down again to their best 10 or 15. We used to be like that, but you correct me if you see it differently. I think lately it's been, we sort of know right away if the
We know
song
when an
is going to
idea
work
is
or
gonna
not.
work.
So
That's
we
right.
don't try to pursue a fully written song and then gather 100 fully written songs and whittle it down. We like to nip it in the bud right then and there. Is this going to turn into something? And if it's not, we just ditch it right away.
100% agree.
Save ourselves the risking getting emotionally attached to an idea that's not actually that great.
Yeah.
So we ended up writing, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 songs for this record, but we really
got down to 11.
You know, some people try to make it look easy, like, I don't know where the inspiration comes from. Dude,
no,
I just can't be a liar.
Bang your head on the wall.
It's the hardest thing. Writing a song that you're happy with.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
None just fell in our lap. We're like, oh my God, full song.
Yeah, full song and it's written. So it's a labor of love.
Well, where did you record these songs?
We did. I record a good part of it at home, my home studio. Joe and I, we build the ideas, and then we work with our longstanding homeboy Marty Back, actually in Windsor,
SLR Studios,
which is pretty amazing in Windsor. I mean, he'd probably be the only guy I would say that I would trust as a producer in Windsor. But he's the fact that you found a guy like that in Windsor is crazy. Usually, you find those guys in Toronto or LA or New York or Nashville. So we've actually. Our entire catalog of songs has been done with Marty at SLR Studios for 10 years, mixed, mastered, produced, and I co-produce with Marty, and he's just an unbelievable guy. Unbelievable.
I was going to say, because Jay Rustin is from Leamington.
Jay Rustin.
Yeah, Jay Rustin, he does a lot of the rock records. He does like all the Steel Panther records, and he does
really?
No way.
Saxon. It's more the rock stuff, Stone Sour.
Oh,
What?
Still there?
He lives in Leamington?
He's from Leamington. He actually went to school with McCarty.
No way, Darren McCarty.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've known Jay for about 8 years, but I've never met him.
But
I'll text him and I'll say, hey, dude, give me because I'll be interviewing a band he's worked with or something.
Yeah.
And he's worked with a lot of bands, mostly rock bands.
Man, what a small world. Anytime we hear about someone who's from like our neck of the woods,
right.
it's like, what, are you kidding
Mind
me?
blowing. Yeah, I know.
Jay Rustin. Well, I got to look this guy up after.
Yeah, Jay's
Steel
done a lot of
Panther.
stuff in the rock world. What do you guys consider your music or your genre? What do you call your band? Like
Yeah, like we'll usually say the starting point we give everyone is Linkin Park and Fall Out Boy had a baby.
Right.
Which is currently where it's at, but obviously that doesn't encapsulate the whole musical spectrum of what we like and listen to. So I would say we're somewhere on this equator between rock and rock guys struggle to use the word pop, but we have
It's
melodic,
pop elements,
memorable,
for
sort
sure.
of poppy
Sensibilities,
choruses.
yeah.
100%.
Yes, those sorts of sensibilities. But I would say lately we've actually leaned much more into our rock roots. Like this next record is heavy. It's heavy.
It's the heaviest we've gone.
Yeah. So I would say we are a stadium arena rock band is probably the best place to categorize us. But we have tinges of metal. Like we will incorporate little bits of Lamb of God and Metallica on certain pieces of our riffs.
Well, and then there's rap, and then there's alternative in some of those notes too. So it's a little all over the place.
Every artist wants to believe that you can't categorize their music. We want to feel special. But for us, I could say
it's kind of hard.
Yeah, we're a rock band and we try to borrow from everything. But we're a rock band at the end of the day.
For sure.
Like when you see us live, a fan's going to say that was a great rock concert.
Okay.
Yeah, unmistakably.
And of course, September 20th, like we were talking about with Riff Fest, and that's gonna be killer. And I think since the last time I talked to you guys, I interviewed Paul from the Tragically Hip. I don't think I talked to you guys before that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he was great. So I mean, you started talking about all your stuff. So what Canadian bands do you guys draw influence from? Since you are basically from Windsor.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
3, 2, 1, say it. Billy Talent.
Billy Talent.
Oh, Billy Talent. Yeah.
Billy Talent's number
Billy
one.
Talent. 3 Days Grace too.
3 Days
Their
Grace
melodies
huge.
are
And
unreal.
they're coming back doing big things. Billy Talent, 3 Days Grace. Let me say it.
Well,
Blasphemy. Nickelback.
Yeah, we do.
Well, 3 Days Grace, of course, is playing Riff Fest. Have you met those guys?
No.
Yeah, I met. Yeah, this is crazy. I shouldn't be saying this when I'm talking to the Riff, but I snuck an internship with 89X when they were
Years
the
ago.
Windsor Detroit station when I was like 17, and it was so bad. I hustled my way into it. Gave him this whole sales pitch of how I'd be the best employee, and I only did it because I'd get meet and greet with 3 Days Grace. Met them, took the picture, and quit right after. It's just so bad.
We have the picture. We posted it.
I have the picture. Yeah. So we met them once before. Haven't met Adam yet though.
Okay.
So really hoping we'll get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, just like with the rest of Canadians, they're really hard to deal with.
Super diva.
Pain in the butt.
Diva. No, I mean they're so Canadian. It's like Adam leaves the band, then comes back in. They're like, "Well, we're going to keep the other lead singer too." It's like, okay, let's just right. I mean, seriously, it's like,
Sorry, guys.
How Canadian is that?
That's so accommodating.
Well, they're
yeah.
from like 3 hours from us. Where were they?
They're from
They're from Toronto.
Yeah, just north.
Yeah, Toronto area.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. Yeah, Billy Talent for us is the big one. And I don't know, they sort of cracked in America, but I don't think they really hit it the way Nickelback
Billy?
or 3 Days Grace did.
No.
But Ian DeSaw, that guitarist, is, I'd say probably my number one guitar influence.
Ben 2 vocals for me is
they're a really
Tops.
special band.
Do you guys run into the Tea Party guys?
Yeah, we run into Jeff Burrows.
Yeah, I see Jeff.
Yeah,
We follow each other on his socials, and I saw him at a concert, and I just walked up to him. I don't think he knew who I was. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Meltdown." He's like, "Oh my God!" He gave me a hug. And then that was the last time I saw him.
Yeah, you know what? He's so involved locally with charities. And he really is a good man. He gives a lot back to his community, and he definitely gave us good tips and advice in the beginning of starting our career. He's actually from LaSalle, the exact town that I grew up in. So really small world, and they're a very unique band too. We got to play with them at Caesars Windsor about 6 years ago.
Yeah,
that's
cool dudes too.
And now you're here in Royal Oak, right?
I'm here in Royal Oak, Michigan now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just got married, so tell me about that.
I did. I just got married. Yes. Shout out to my wife, Delaney. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Just came back yesterday from honeymoon. We went to get some beach and ocean vibes on the other side of the country. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I always tell people this kind of life is very strange and foreign, especially if you're not from, you have Detroit, Rock City, but it's not in this day and age like a music hub the way LA or Nashville or New York is. And so I remember when I would go on dates with girls before I met my wife, when you tell them you do music, it's very hard for them to understand. Their instinct is to say, "Oh, that's great. So what's your real job or what's your backup plan?" Right? They don't get it. And Delaney, I mean, she was a D1 soccer athlete. She's from Wyoming, actually, of all places. The place with more cows than humans.
That's right.
Wyoming.
That's right.
And, I love it.
She understands sacrifice. And so when I explained to her what I did, she completely understood. And that's a very hard thing to find. It's a very hard thing to find someone who supports you. So I didn't go into a marriage lightly. That was a decision I took seriously, and I couldn't be happier with it.
Well, I told my wife when we got married 25 years ago, I ride Harley Davidsons and play hockey. If you're good with that, then we're going to be fine. So
there you go.
I got my Harley in the garage, and I'm playing hockey in the morning. So
and
maybe I'll go ride tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it worked. 25
you got to lay down the law right away. That's 100%, my tip.
100%.
Joe, you married?
Not married, but I'm been with my girl for 10 years.
Okay, you got to lay down the law. Tell her you ride Harley Davidsons and play hockey.
I say it very quietly, but I say it.
in very Canadian fashion.
Yeah, sorry, but
I say it behind her back. She doesn't hear me, but I do say it.
I say it out loud somewhere.
That's so good, man.
Well, that's killer. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. The record's going to drop sometime next year. Do you guys have any tour plans, or is that kind of in the works? Is something you can't say? Or
it's
plans.
It's not announced yet, but we're going to be doing. I'll say this: we'll be doing a 5-week big US wide tour
awesome.
Next spring. Yeah, with a band that I think a lot of your fans might know.
I love when I talk to bands and they can't say anything about that coming up.
Right?
Dude,
that's why you have us.
Off camera.
Yeah, off camera.
Otherwise, I'm going to hear it from Kurt and Jason and our whole team.
Why
did you tell Meltdown? We use his name in a song. Why can't we at least tease it?
It's so funny. You can't imagine. Who did I talk to? I talked to Johannes from Avatar. And he's like, "Oh, the record's coming out on a very special day, but I can't tell you what day. Now it's been released. It's been revealed on Halloween." It's like, okay,
sacred.
Yeah, but he couldn't tell me at the time, and the whole thing.
The tease.
Exactly.
So yeah, you guys got some shows coming up here. Probably take a break around the holidays. Then 2026 is going to be big for the Autumn Kings.
2026 is going to be big. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of touring. It's crazy how long it takes to really, in rock, you see it with bands like Skillet is one example that comes to mind, or even Shinedown when Second Chance came out. It was 10 years of grinding before they really saw success. And for us, it feels like now we're just hitting that point where a lot of people are starting to know the band countrywide and worldwide, and momentum, tours, record deal, radio support and radio love. It feels pretty surreal. And it's so great to be back home talking with you right now on a station that we grew up listening to and copped a hat from a vintage shop from the late 80s.
That's proof. That's
wild,
proof.
man.
That is killer, man. So, well, thank you guys once again for stopping down. We'll see you here in just a couple weeks at Riff Fest. Can hardly wait, September 20th.
It's going to be great. Can't wait. Thank you, brother.
Joe and Jake, got to thank those guys from Autumn Kings for joining me, and also Mike and Billy from the band The Fell. Billy, man, he's got tons of projects he's been in over his life, including going way back to Talus, way back in the early 1980s, Diamond, David Lee Roth, Sons of Apollo, Mr. Big. I mean, he's been in some really cool bands. Hey, thank you so much for checking out Talkin Rock. I've already got some irons in the fire for next week, including a real fun interview. Somebody I've never interviewed before. Let's just say they're a pretty popular cover band. We'll just put it that way. And they're going to be on early next week. So looking forward to that. And much, much more next week here on Talkin Rock. The big guy takes us out.
Thank you for listening to Talkin Rock with Meltdown. You can help this podcast grow by giving it a 5-star rating and writing a review on Apple and iTunes. Plus, feel free to subscribe and share it with your friends. Until next time, thanks for listening to Talkin Rock.
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredelioQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit QuattroDog.com.